Hello and welcome to my video. You're about to see my attempt at the Iron Butt Association's SaddleSore 1000, which means I attempted to cover 1,000 miles in under 24 hours on the back of my motorcycle. Now, you are actually watching the condensed version of the video. I actually made a much longer version of the video where I included everything from the trip, even some before and after stuff, but it ended up being about an hour in length. And due to that video's length, I figured it was best for me to make a condensed version as well. If you are interested in watching the longer version of the video, please check the link in the description to get there. I'll also put a link right here in the video if YouTube allows it. But if you want to watch a condensed version, just stand by. Now, I don't want to flood you with information beforehand, but I do think it is important for you to know where we are going. We start our trip right in central Minnesota in a town called St. Cloud. We actually start right on the outskirts of St. Cloud. And then we travel south to Toma, Wisconsin, west to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, north to Fargo, North Dakota, and then back to St. Cloud, Minnesota. And one last caveat, this is actually the first video I've ever done. I was going to do the SaddleSore challenge regardless, but I did happen to have an old GoPro on me as well as a microphone and figured I'd record it. I actually really like the process, so if you enjoy this, please consider subscribing. I do get a better camera and microphone in the future. And without any further delay, let's begin. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first gas station fill-up and our official starting point. Ignore the time on my motorcycle, it is wrong. It's about 4 a.m. on the mark. All right, here we go. 1,000 miles. We are now in the Twin Cities. If you're not familiar, the Twin Cities refers to Minneapolis and St. Paul. St. Paul is capital of Minnesota, but Minneapolis is a much bigger city. Very, again, metropolitan urban area, which I'm not used to riding in, and don't typically prefer, but what we do got going on is we have an insane sunrise. Take a look. Okay, so I did a real bad job at recording my entrance in this gas station, but we're in Hudson, Wisconsin now, and I need to do my first fuel up. And we don't necessarily need the fuel right now. We have about another 50 miles of range, but I need the documentation from it. So we got a receipt right there. And then hopefully with this fuel stop, it'll give me enough range to get to Toma, Wisconsin, which is a very important turning point. Oh boy. Oh, feels good to get off.
Hey, phrasing!
Alright, so we're 250 miles in. Let's do a check-in. Do I think I can still finish? Yes. Do I want to still finish? Yes. Am I sore? Really, I'm not too bad right now. I thought I'd be a lot more sore than I am. My butt is a little bit sore, my lower back and then my neck and upper back from holding my helmet up are probably the things that are the most sore. But when I say they're sore, they're really not that bad. I mean, it just feels like I went out on a ride and came back home. I still feel like I could do, you know, the next 750 miles and still be okay with that. So overall, soreness, doing good, and I think I'll finish. So at this point, I've passed all the pretty parts on the road. All the nice scenery, I'm pretty sure it's dead and gone. At this point, it's just farm field and the occasional tree. Alright, we are now in Austin, Minnesota, which, if you are not aware, is home of the world famous Spam Museum. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, a museum for spam. So we had 150 miles from our last stop, and we need to refill here now. Okay, so we're just leaving Quick Trip in the beautiful Austin, Minnesota, home of the Spam Museum, and my camera's about to die. So I need to go from here to Sioux Falls. So, what you missed, statistically a bit, visually not a damn thing. So we are now over the 600 mile mark. This is officially the furthest I've ever ridden in my entire life. And now we are off. We're making good time, really good time. I haven't stopped at any single place so far in this trip for more than 15 minutes. So I've been moving constantly. Per the association's rule book, if you stop for more than 30 minutes at a single place, you need to account for it, even if you don't get fuel there. And I haven't had to do that. We are in the town of Watertown. We're in the Watertown town called Watertown, which is still in South Dakota, but this will be the last fill-up we need before we arrive in North Dakota. Knees are starting to lock up, but they don't hurt, they're just not getting used. I didn't stop there very long because I'm still feeling good. I've been just continuing on pretty rapidly and not taking very long breaks, just because, I don't know, if I feel good, might as well keep going until I feel bad. I want to take the time between here and the next stop to show you what I'm working with, what the east side of the Dakotas looks like on the interstate, and it's just a whole lot of boring. But yeah, I'll try and do a time lapse here between here and Fargo. So enjoy! Past the 750 mile mark. Woo! Yeah! Alright, so we're 3/4 of the way done. Let's do a check-in. Do I think I can still complete this thing? Hell yeah! Am I going to attempt to complete this thing? You betcha I'm going to attempt to complete this thing. next question. How am I feeling? Again, I'm feeling pretty good. I wanted to stick with that. You know, my body got pretty sore around 300 miles, and then I feel like I just plateaued. Okay, so you guys missed a little bit there just because I had the camera off my helmet, but I am in Fargo now. We're at the Love's gas station here, it's right on the corner of two interstates that I need to take, so it's a perfect location. Yeah, so we obviously made it into North Dakota, crossing North Dakota into Fargo. Minnesota is, or Moorhead, which is the neighbor of Fargo on the Minnesota side, is literally like 2 minutes that way. So I'm about to be back in Minnesota, and we are on the home stretch now. This is probably my longest stop by far. I stopped for about 20 minutes here, which I still don't feel like is that long, but yeah, no. And I am excited to get back into Minnesota and begin the final leg of my journey. I am now confident, dead set on getting this 1,000 miles in 24 hours. Okay, so this is the very annoying part of the challenge. I just got off the highway, started from that direction, and we're going in that direction. I have less than an hour left of driving. I am very close to the end. However, if I was just to drive straight to my final gas station, that would be a shortcut. Per Google Maps, it'd take me off the interstate earlier and take some county roads to the gas station. And I think I probably wouldn't have the mileage I need for me to be certified by the IBA. So I need to make 3 stops. I gotta stop at this gas station because I need fuel. I gotta stop at another gas station right outside of St. Cloud at a corner or turning point, and then I still gotta get my final gas station. Let's get it. Okay, now the last stretch of the day. I only need to cover 4 more miles, and we get to do something we haven't been able to do all day, which is some city driving, which I normally hate, but I welcome it at this point. Alright, we've done at least 4 miles since that last gas station, which means we've achieved that glorious 1K, 1,000 miles in 24-hour mark. We did it! Woo-hoo! Now all we have to do is get to the last gas station, get our receipt with the printed date, time, and location on it, and we are officially done. We have everything logged that we need to submit our certification into the Iron Butt Association. Let's get there. Oh yeah! Here we are. The last stop, get the last receipt, and we are officially done with the challenge. I probably don't need fuel. In fact, it's probably a waste of everyone's time if I get fuel, but I'm gonna top her off. I need a receipt anyways. It's either that or another candy bar. Check this out. My very last receipt. So official start time, I forget, but I'll put it right here. Official end time, 9:36 p.m.
My bike odometer is reading a total of 1,043 miles. The Google Map total of miles, I don't know, but again, we'll put right here. Besides that, whoever's viewing this, thank you, I really do appreciate it. I wanted to do this trip alone because I didn't want to have to deal with pressure from other people. I didn't want my friends to pressure me to move forward if I wasn't comfortable with it, and I didn't want to push my friends to move forward if they're, you know, tired and dogging out and it becomes unsafe to do so. It was also a good time for some self-reflection. But I was getting lonely, so talking to the camera did help me quite a bit. So some vindication in my insanity of yelling to myself on the highway. Besides that, I need to celebrate. I have no one to celebrate to. High fives to myself, but I think I am gonna go properly celebrate with a nice cold beer at home.